On everybody, it's your boy T'Challa back with another video. Man, I'm excited to bring this to you guys. This build is so much fun, and I honestly believe it's one of my new favorite builds to run for PvP. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and the gameplay, and I will go into great detail in the build breakdown and give you guys some pointers and some tips on how to run this build. But first off, I just want to thank you guys for taking the time out to stop by to check out the video. If you enjoyed it, if you didn't enjoy it, hey, drop your boy a thumbs up. Support the channel, please, by liking, subscribing, and sharing the video with other agents, because here on this channel, we're all about growing. Man, you guys, all I can say is you will see. After the gameplay, I will then do the build breakdown and the explanation of everything. All right, enjoy the gameplay.
Breakdancing. Spawn versus Black Panther. There's only one T'Challa. I am the true Black Panther.
Alright guys, we are back. I hope you guys enjoyed that gameplay as much as I did creating it for you. Man, this build is something else. I freaking enjoyed the living daylights out of it. Now, excuse me, I just want to say I wanted to replicate the Eagle Bearer because I don't have an Eagle Bearer yet. And I'm still trying to get it, whether that be the Dark Zone or Raids. But I wanted to replicate something very similar to the Eagle Bearer's talent, which is the tenacity, okay? And the Eagle's Claw. I have to look it up, but I might drop a picture or something. I might somewhere in here so you guys can see it, and then we'll get right into the build. But, you know, we had to come to Manning National Zoo to replicate this build, because I know those look like seagulls up there, but we're going to call them eagles, all right? You feel me? We're just going to call them just eagles. And I had to get one of their feathers to make this build, hence the title, Artificial Eagle Bearer build, right? With no Eagle Bearer. How do we accomplish that? So let's get into the lab and let's get into the build breakdown. So starting with the specialist, we chose Firewall for two reasons. For the crit hit damage mod, which I don't have on the weapon, but we also chose it for the armor kit, that 200% regen that you get for, I think, 12 seconds or 10 seconds. So that's why we went with Firewall. Now let's get into the weapons. Now, you have to be very specific in the weapons you pick for your builds too. The reason I chose the P416G, the custom one, any P416 is very stable. I mean, look at the stability stats on it. It's practically almost maxed out. This gun has like zero recoil, almost zero recoil. So this is why we chose this weapon over another assault rifle. We got 88.7k base damage, and we got it expertise up to 5. This gives us 5% more weapon damage, assault rifle damage, health damage, headshot damage, and the talent we're running is Eyeless. Deals 20% weapon damage to blinded enemies. After 4 kills, applies blind to the next enemy you hit. The next weapon we're running is the Enhanced AUG A3P. This one has a total base damage of 103.3k damage. Running SMG damage, 21% crit hit chance, 10% damage to target out of cover. And this came with the talent Preservation. Killing an enemy repairs 10% armor over 5 seconds. Headshot kills improve the repair by an additional 10%. So you see, we're all geared towards headshot because why? We want to replicate the Eagle Bearer build, or not the build, but the gun itself and the talent tenacity, right? And we know in order to obtain tenacity, you have to land headshots and then kill these enemies in order to not receive all that damage that was just diminished, you know, when you didn't take it, right? So upon getting the kill, it then diminishes. So I'm like, how can we replicate the Eagle Bearer? So I went into the lab, did some thinking, thought about all the gears. So let's look at some of the, which I want to start doing and remember to do these in my videos. Let's look at the mods. Now I know we can go ahead and look at it on the scale, but we got 3% headshot damage. We're running 5% crit hit chance and another 5% crit hit chance on the muzzle brake. And then, of course, 20 plus rounds. We lose some reload speed, but we gain those 20 rounds. So that's the P416. On the AUG, we got the same thing. 3% headshot damage scope. We got 10% accuracy because this is a SMG and it doesn't have the distance as an assault rifle does when it comes to shooting at longer ranges. So we put some accuracy on here, and then we got 5% crit hit chance mod, and then we got 20 plus 20 rounds and lose the 10% reload speed. So that's that. And then we got the sidearm, the Liberty, the Ecstatic D50. We running this because it just has the 384.3k base damage, and then we got pistol damage, damage to target out of cover, and the talent on this, Liberty or Death. Hits grant plus 2% weapon damage, stacks up to 30 times. Headshots consume all stacks, repairing your shield for 3% per stack. Now, we're not using the shield, but we want that headshot damage that they're going to receive when you make the stacks by shooting the body. That's why we're running the Liberty, just in case we needed to use it. Now, the reason we run preservation is because, remember, we're all about armor, survivability. So we're trying to replicate tenacity, talent off of the Eagle Bearer. So we're running preservation for the simple fact, when you do kill someone, you get an additional 10% armor repair by 10% for 5 seconds. So now that 10% turns into 20%. So what I like to do is, which I did sometimes, I would switch to this weapon, to the AUG, when I get a player down, and then headshot them to get the 20% armor repair if my armor wasn't maxed. So that's why we chose that talent. And then let's get into the gear pieces. Catharsis mask. This mask is like becoming very pronounced now, because people, I think it's been a meta from day one, but people are starting to acknowledge this mask a lot more in their PvP builds. This mask is tremendous, and it offers some great talent, a great talent. 2 in 1. You got Vicious Cycle. Taking damage builds stacks to a cap of 30. Each stack grants 1% weapon damage, which will total out to 30% weapon damage added. Taking damage at max stacks triggers a purge, removing all stacks and status effects, and then dropping a healing cloud with which restores 5% of max armor for 10 seconds to all allies in the cloud. So not just you, but you're helping out your team. So you see, this mask is what really makes this build very close to the Eagle Bearer's talent, tenacity, because we're landing those headshots, and we have the defender drone blocking damage, and then you got the Catharsis mask while you're taking damage, giving you a healing cloud that will kill all status effects, and giving you 30% weapon damage at max stacks. So we got armor on this, incoming repairs, armor regen, and then a maxed out, well, not maxed out, but incoming repair gear mod. To the chest piece. Now, I ran a unbreakable chest piece, but I found out that this works a lot better. Okay, the way I have it set up now runs a lot better. And before I got to this Cherish, the name chest piece with Perfect Trauma, I was running the True Patriot chest piece, and I found that this works better. I switched out this with the holster, because I was running Picar's holster, but then I went to said, you know what, let me change out the chest piece, try a different talent, and then I'll run the True Patriot's holster. This works better. This is the best outcome. So with Habsburg Guard, we get 15% headshot damage on the build, on the gear set, brand set. And then we got armor, headshot damage, crit hit chance, and then crit hit chance mod. Perfect Trauma applies blind to an enemy hit in the head, and then applies bleed to an enemy hit in the chest. Getting to the other 4 is the 4-piece True Patriot. We're running the holster. You get 30% ammo capacity, 30% magazine size. You see, this build helps you get up to that 60-round mag when no other magazine we have to get us up to there, or not even magazine size stat on the weapon will get you up to 60 rounds. And unless I'm wrong, because I never tried it, but correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, because I don't know everything, but the 4-piece talent gives you red, white, and blue. Every 2 seconds, enemies you shoot receive a stacking debuff of red and white and blue. Red amplifies the enemy's damage taken by 8%. White, shooting the enemy repairs the attacking agent's armor by 2% once every second. So shooting the enemy repairs my armor by 2% once every second. So you see, this is why you want to use True Patriot, because this is very close to tenacity. Instead of just depleting the damage, it's actually repairing you along with the Catharsis Mask. You see how everything's coming together? Then blue decreases the enemy's damage dealt by 8%. Full flag, enemies that die while under the effect of all three buffs or debuffs create a 5-meter explosion, dealing damage equal to their total health and armor. Explosion damage reduced on named enemy deaths. So, you see why I'm running True Patriot to replicate the Eagle Bearer? I enjoyed this build, guys. I'm sorry, I just had to say that. I really am enjoying it. So let's get back to it. We got the core armor, and we got 12% crit hit damage, and then we got 5% armor from expertising. And then we got the knee pads. I did have armor core in this, but I switched it to this one with all red. I actually have 2 Patriot knee pads. So we got weapon damage and crit hit damage, nothing special. And then, of course, we got armor and then crit hit damage, 7% expertise, bonus armor, and then we got 5% on the knee pad, bonus armor from expertise, and then the backpack. You know, let's read the talent on the backpack. Patriotic boost increases red, white, and blue debuff strength. So now, instead of running a chest piece, which speeds up the amount, how quickly your flag changes from red, white, and blue, the backpack is really the key. That's why I decided to change the chest piece and not the backpack. You get for red, which then takes the let me look at it again. The red amplifies the enemy's damage taken. So when you're dealing more damage, you go from 8% to 12%. For white, you go from 2% to 3%. White is what gives you back armor regen once every second, right? 3% once every second. And then blue is what debuffs the enemy damage dealt to you. It decreases their damage that they're outputting. So this is why in the game clip you saw I was able to face tank some people that were level 21, that were level 19 or 22, their weapon and some of their gears, because I was debuffing them while face tanking them, and I started shooting them first. So you have to play this build smart. You can't just run out there and jump in and face tank. You kind of got to play it smart and move around differently than if you had, you know, a bunch of crit damage. So this is why we went with the backpack. And that's our 4-piece. And then the skills, of course, we're running the Defender drone. We got 15% damage reduction from expertise. And we have no skill tier. So we have no skill tier buffs. But we got deflect duration mod, a 10% health, and then a 5.7 damage reduction mod. So the reason I ran the Seeker Mine, the Explosive Seeker Mine, why? Because, let's see, one, it distracts people from, you know, trying to come at you. Their attention is now diverted unless they know they're very tanky or they have on hazard protection. They might not like worry about it. They might be like, brush that junk off, whatever. It can smack me, and they still might shoot at you. But for the most part, most people don't want to get hit by this thing. Why? One, it makes you stagger. Then your character now stops shooting or aiming, and they stumble, and now that leaves you open. So most people avoid this. So the Seeker Mine was there not to really do damage, but to distract, to divert them from worried about you shooting at them, which gives you the upper hand, gives you more survivability. So guys, this is the build. I truly enjoyed this build, and I'm sorry for the long-winded explanation, but I wanted you guys to truly understand the build and why I put every single piece on, and the skills from the weapons to the specialists, because it's all about build synergy, guys. If you didn't check out that video, I will leave a link below to check out the build synergy video that I created for the PvP Underdog series. Guys, I hope you enjoyed. Remember, again, please support the channel by liking the video, dropping a comment, so that other people can see you can PvP and don't have to run metas. Now, I will say this one other thing. I did expertise this a little bit because what I found is because everybody's running the meta it is tough to go against them, especially when they're freaking expertise 21 and 22. They have a lot of armor. They have a lot of extra weapon damage. So you have to, figure out how to get around those people that want to just be stuck on the meta. You have to figure that out. So that's what I did. I expertise a little bit. And as you see, this build did and performed very well, guys. And I'm sharing it with you so that you can have fun and maybe tweak it for yourself. You don't have to run it exactly like me. Again, support the channel, like, subscribe, share. It's your boy T'Challa. I hope you enjoyed. T'Challa out.